It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through New Orleans. It's the 49ers and the Saints on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Superdome here in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to have a Niners first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Nice little juke. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Kamara trying the right side. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's going to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now the first carry here for their running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Pollard going to try the right side. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to trip a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Corey Blasingame. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Saints have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that will be a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, They don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On play action, Lawrence. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now Lawrence. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Kamara up the middle. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on second down. Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. Here's Lawrence. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll pound it up the middle and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Saints. There he goes, left side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return. And a Saint touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it, took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Butker on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play on the football.
And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man, that's the tight end flyer move. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play of who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Santos' kick is up and through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for them end with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Play action. It's Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Now a timeout called for by the defense. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. This is taken at the 23. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Touchdown! A big play there. 42 yards. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the 2nd half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 15 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this 1st half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. On 1st down, Lawrence. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you. Squad.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Lawrence will throw. Timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work forward. Now Lawrence on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. 11 more over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's action. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that 1st half for the Niners. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. and that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. Our two squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Saints continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like the Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lawrence. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Jackson now. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards. So make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, the pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it,
zone. Is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Lawrence's throws on target to Duvernay. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 6 yards left on second down. Operating from the gun. Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
Well, they can put him in a number of different places. In line, H-back, put him in the slot. In this case, they put him out wide. Matchup nightmare. Who are you going to send out to cover him? And he picks up a first down with that catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there. And big fella, sometimes he'll need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And his throw here is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he'll get this down only to about... On 3rd, here's an option play right. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Another run now for Nwangu. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup, 1st down, New Orleans. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, this part of the game, the 4th quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long, and here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charge. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. It's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop him with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Lawrence on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.